Hi, this is Sam Hain, and I'm gonna be doing Halloween instead of Sam Hain because I got miscommunication with the person who requested it. So here we go. Halloween is a contract of All Hallow Evening, also known as All Hallow Eve. It's a yearly celebration observed in a number of countries on October 31st in the eve of the Western Christian feast on All Hallows Day. In this nation, of Hallowmates, the time of the year dedicated to remember the dead includes saints, hallows, merits, and all faithful departed believers. According to many scholars, All Hallow Eve is a Christianized festival intensely influenced by Celtic Harvest Festival and possible pagan roots, particularly I can't pronounce the word, Samhain. Other academic maintains that the originate independently of Samhain has solely Christian roots. Typical festivals, Halloween activity include trick-or-treat and other related guises of trunk-or-treat, attending costume party, decoration, carving pumpkins into jack-o'-lanterns, lighting a bonfire, apple bobbing, visiting haunted attractions, playing pranks, scary stories, watching horror films. All that's got to do with Halloween. And let's see. The word Halloween dates to about 1745, and it's a Christian origin. The word Halloween means hallowed evening or holy evening. It comes from a Scottish term All Hallow Eve, the evening before All Hallows Day. In Scots, the word Eve is even and is a contract to E and N. Over time, All Hallow Eve, and evolved to Halloween. Though the phrase All Hallows is found in Old English, All Hallow Eve itself is not seen until 1556. It's gonna be a long one. Today, Halloween customs are thought to be influenced by folks' custom and belief from the Celtic-speaking country, some of which have pagan roots and other which may be rooted in Celtic Christianity. Indeed, Jack Santano, the academic folklorist, writes that the scared and the religious are fundamental context to understand Halloween in Northern Ireland, but throughout Ireland are uneasy truths existed between custom and beliefs associated with Christianity and those associated with religion that were Irish before Christian arrived. Historic Nicholas Rogers explored the origin of Halloween. Note that while some folks have detected its origin in the Roman feast of Pomona, the goddess of fruit and seed, or in the festival of the dead called, I can't pronounce that word, Perentinella, I think that's how you pronounce it. It is more typical linked to Celtic festival of Samhain, which comes from Old Irish for summer's end. Samhain, pronounced Samhain, which is first and most important of the 4 quarter days of medieval I can't pronounce. I'm not sure calendar, and was celebrated in Ireland, Scotland, and the island of Man. It was held on or about October 31st to November 1st. The kindred festivals were held at the same time of the year by the Britannian Celts. For example, Killen, Cullen something in Wales, Kayla, I think I'm saying it wrong. Samhain and Akela something are mentioned in some of the early Irish and Welsh literature. The names have been used by historians to refer to Celtic Halloween custom up until 19th century and are still names for Halloween. Samhain marking the end of the harvest season and begin the winter, or mark the half of the year, like it was seen in limited time when the spirit of fairies could more easily come into our world and were particularly active. Most scholars see the fairies as degraded versions of ancient gods, whose power remained active in the people's mind even after they have been officially replaced by later religious beliefs. The fairies were both respected and feared, with individuals often invoking the protector of God when approaching their dwelling. At Samhain, it was believed that the fairies needed to populate it to ensure that people and the land shall survive the winter. Offering of food was and drink or portion of the crops were left for the fairies. Wow, it's a lot of stuff. The souls of the dead were said to revisit their home place, were sat at the dinner table by the fire to welcome them. The belief of the souls of the dead return home one night of the day of the year seems to have ancient origin and is found in many cultures throughout the world. In 19th century Ireland, candles were lit and prayers formally offered for the souls of the dead after the eating, drinking, and games would begin. Throughout the region, the household festival included rituals and games intended to divine one's future, especially regarding death and marriage. Nuts and apples were often used in the divination ritual. Special bonfires were lit and there were rituals involving them. The flames, smoke, and ashes were deemed to have protect and cleansing power, and were also used as divination. It suggests that the fires were deemed to have protected were a kind of invitation, sympathetic. I can't pronounce the word. They mimic the sun, helping the power to grow, holding back decade of darkness, of winter. Christian minister Eddie J. Smith suggests the bonfire also used to scare witches and their awaiting punishment to hell. Holding back a decade of darkness, of winter, Christian minister Eddie J. Smith suggests that the bonfire were used to scare witches and their awaiting punishment of hell. Wow, I got a lot of stuff. And I'm still not finished. But I don't know if I should be reading all this, but let me skip ahead to nowadays. I went too far. Let's see. North American Almanac of the late 18th and early 19th century give no indication that Halloween was celebrated there. The Puritans of New England, for example, maintained strong opposal opposition to Halloween. It was not until the mass Irish of Scotland immigrate during the 19th century that it was brought to North America in the earliness. Confined to the immigrant community during the mid-19th century, it was gradually assimilated into mainstream society by the first decade of the 20th century, and it began celebrated coast to coast by people of all society, races, religion, and background. And that's how, like I said, for my opinion, Halloween is a year of when people were wearing masks so they won't, because it said about when Halloween come around, demons and monsters and stuff like that come out, and they wore masks to protect themselves so demons would know they was human. So that was the masks part came out. For trick-or-treating, I'm not exactly sure, but I could read a little more to enlighten you a little more. Development of artifacts or symbols associated with Halloween form over time. Jack-o'-lantern were traditionally carved by guys on All Hallows Eve to order to frighten evil spirit. There is also popular Irish Christian folk tale associated with Jack-o'-lantern, which is the lore that is said that represent a soul who has been denied entry to heaven and hell. In Ireland, let me push this over so you can see me. In Ireland and Scotland, has traditional been carved during Halloween, but immigrants of North America used the native pumpkin, which is both much softer and much larger, making it easier to carve than a trump. So substitute the mass market of various sized pumpkin in autumn is both the corporate and local markets has been pumpkin university available for this purpose. The American tradition of carving pumpkin is recorded in 1837. It was originally associated in harvest time, in general not becoming specific associated with Halloween until the mid-1900s. The modern imagery of Halloween comes from many sources, including Christian national costume, work of Gothic and horror literature, such as novel Frankenstein, the classic horror film such as Frankenstein, The Mummy, images of skull referring Gothica, in the Christian tradition, serve as a reminder of death and tranquility, quantum to human life, and constantly found in competition. Skulls, therefore, are incorporated into Halloween with a touch of the theme. Traditional, the black walls of church are decorated with decipher of description of Last Judgment, complete with grave opening and the dead rising, with heaven filled with angels and hell filled with devils. The moth at his permit